Hi Stampers, it's Nancy from StampandShout.com, and today I want to make a fun fold card with you, and I use Stampin Ups Be Jolly stamp set, which is this stamp set right here, and I just love the little Santa images, and it has the tree and the little cute little bird and the sleigh with other sled with the presents on it. So today we're going to make this card right here, the fancy fold. Really cute. I love when it opens up and how it just all comes together so cute. I want to show you a couple other cards that I made, and there is a video out there on this. So these were the two cards we made, and this was using the masking technique. So make sure you check this video out. And inside we have a merry hello with our little birdie. And then we also made some Christmas tags. So make sure you check out that video. On the back we have our to and from stamp. So we have the one with the Christmas tree and the one with our Santa. And I colored the Santa in using our ink pads, not the stamping blends, not these, but I used the ink pad and the Stampin' pen, or the blender pen. So there is a video out there on that, so make sure you check it out. But let's go ahead and make this one. So start off with a piece of Whisper White cardstock that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 and scored at 2 1/8. So you fold it in half normally, and then you flip this part back, and that's going to give us that little fun fold. Then I have a matte piece for the front and a piece of designer series paper. This paper is, what is this paper called? Heartwarming Hugs designer series paper. So it's a like 12 by 12 double-sided, beautiful designed paper, so you can check that out. Inside we're going to have a matte piece that is real red, that is 5 1/4 by 4, and then I have a piece of white, and I used the Scalloped Contour dies, which I love this set. It's got all these pretty scallops. You're going to see more of them in this card. But this white piece, I used that large piece there, and then when you get done, you just punch out all these little pieces, and it makes all those little holes appear, and then you can see whatever's behind. So we have that real red back there, makes it really pop. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside of this right now since we have it all ready to go. And I'm going to stamp a merry hello. And I'm going to stamp the little bird. And since I have my Memento ink out, I am going to stamp the sentiment for the front, which is Be Jolly. And we're going to cut that down. That's just a scrap that's larger than it needs to be. We're going to end up with like a 5/8 inch piece of Whisper White. When we're done, we're going to cut it down. And then I already did this because I was making all these videos together. I went ahead and stamped the Santa, and I colored him in with the blends. And if I can find, I was going to show you something, but I cannot find it. So let's just keep working here and putting this together. And if I find it, I will show that to you. But again, in my prior video with the Be Jolly, I went ahead and colored that in with the Stampin' blends. I'm going to go ahead and attach my white piece to the matte piece. In my last video I had the dog barking, and in this one I have the cat meowing. I'm actually going to color in this birdie's hat, and I'm going to color in his beak. I found what I was looking for. Good. And I'm going to color in his beak. And I'm going to leave the rest like that. Okay, so this is going to go on the inside of our card. Kind of working backwards on this, but that's okay. It all comes together. So this is going to go on the inside, centered on that big piece right there. And then for the front, we're going to take these two pieces, and let's see, I have this written down. This matte piece is 5 1/4 by 1 7/8, and the designer series paper is 1 5/8 by 5. And again, that's the Heartwarming Hugs designer series paper. And look how pretty, both sides. It's really, that's going to be the hardest thing, is trying to decide which side of the pretty designer series paper you want to use. Okay. So that is going to go right there on the front. I'm going to put that right there on the front. Okay, then I have 2 more scalloped pieces from the Scalloped Contours. So let's see, this one is about 2 1/2 by 3 3/4, and this one is 1 3/4 by 3. So you'll be able to tell which ones fit the Santas, and when you have them in your hands. And I'm going to go ahead and glue the white piece right in the center of that red piece, like that. And my Santa is going to go right there. Let's bring in this Be Jolly, and we're just going to cut this down just like that. Now, I'm not too worried about doing this like this. Quite simple to actually cut that little tiny piece out. I'm going to go ahead and pop that up. Well, that's going to go right. My Santa's going to go here. I'm going to put that there. And my Santa, I'm going to glue him on. And I'm going to talk a little bit about coloring him in, just in case you're not sure about that. But he is going to go right there like that. He is so cute. All right, so what I did for my Santa was I went ahead and stamped him in Memento ink, and I colored him in with the blends, which is so easy. And I just basically, I used real red for his hat and his pants and his coat. And I used petal pink for his face and his ears. And then I used the smoky gray, smoky slate, for his belt and his boots and his gloves. So it's quite easy. And like I said, make sure, if you don't have these Stampin' blends, which, oh, I just love these Stampin' blends, you can use your ink pads with the blender pen. So that's quite easy to do too. And there is my videos out there, so I'm sure you can find it. Just look for Be Jolly projects. So now when I get this all done, what I did was I just fussy cut him out. And I colored in the bottom of his jacket and his pants, and then on his beard I just added a little bit of gray, and I actually made his mouth a little, give him a little color on his mouth. And that's how I ended up with that Santa there. Now, to add him to the front, really easy. We're just going to bring in some dimensionals, and we want the dimensionals on the back side of this, but only on the left. So I'm kind of centering it like this. I'm going to flip it over, kind of hold it in place, and I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals. These two got stuck together. I don't want that one. It'll make it lopsided. And then I'm going to put 2 in the center like that. Okay, so let me just take the backs off of these dimensionals. So any questions or comments you have, please go ahead and type them in. If you're watching me live, say hi. If you're watching me on replay, go ahead and type in replay. Love to hear from you guys. You can visit my blog also, and I'll have information about all my projects, and it's www.stampandshout.com. And there's got a little piece of paper there. My host code if you shop with me is right there. It's also on my blog. And any orders of $35 or more, I'm going to send out the make and takes for all 3 of these projects. And that is between now and Thursday. So I just want to make sure you see all of that information. So we're going to put that right there. Just want to make sure that the dimensionals don't come over too far, or they're going to show, and you don't want that. So I'm just going to tie a quick little bow. So you can grab whatever pretty little ribbon or twine you may have. And we're going to bring in a glue dot and put that right on the back of that knot. And I think I'm going to put this bow up here. My other one I put below, but I'm going to put that there. And let's see, I'm going to bring in and add a couple little rhinestones to this because I think it'll really make it pop. I'll put one there. So I got the little red rhinestones. And I put one there. And I'm going to put one down here, just to add some shimmer and shine to our card. So there we go. When you open it up. So again, let me show you all 3 projects really quick. We got our little fun fold. See, this one I had the bow below, but I think I like the bow up there like that. I think that looks pretty. And we have our 2 tags, one with the tree. And again, I colored these in with the ink pads. And then we have our masking technique and a merry hello inside. So I hope you liked all 3 of these cards. Again, these 2 are in one video, and then of course the video we just did here. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Go ahead and type them in there. Visit my blog. I will have the information for these projects on my blog. And don't be shy. Stamp and shout.